Yeah, I don't know. That was like really really bugged out just now. That was just like really really bugged out. But I have to like fix it when like everything gets back to normal. Like you can hear me perfectly fine, probably can, but a lot of these rappers is getting like indicted. You got Casanova. You got a lot of guys who are like in this situation where it's kind of crazy. Like, come on, that's like really really crazy. And most of these guys are like getting booked and stuff like that. And like I just finished doing everything. I just fixed my Zoom. I fixed everything for it. But I'm waiting for my co members, bro. Like I just finished doing everything. I got everything perfect. Down, 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 down. Yeah, because it's coming out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Stupid. Can you hear me? Say something. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. I know my chat. Let's do this. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, I gotta fix everything again. I'm gonna have to fix everything, and the podcast's about to start. We're about to start everything. Not to get it like this. Yeah, it's moving now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's moving now. But my thing is, um, it's everything else around it. The screen. How can he hear me? That's stupid. I don't understand that. You see you see how it's moving in Zoom, but I guess I don't know. That's pretty stupid. I mean, technical difficulties on our side. Either I'm gonna have to like restart my laptop or something, or like I can hear myself. Yo, 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 yo.
Nah, I can't hear you. Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yeah,
You can hear me. All right, so then it must be a situation with your whatchamacallit.
nigga. How did you just hear me just say I can hear you? Are you? No, 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 no. You just heard me just say I can hear you. Talk.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. Because I was talking the whole time.
Text me if it's me. But like I can hear what you would call it. I can hear my video. Like I can hear, watching YouTube and stuff like that.
Can you hear me right now?
I just can't hear you.
Can you hear me right now?
And Gary's not even connected, so we can't even use him.
Can you hear me right now?
For my personal,
my mic is
I'm gonna check. Let me see.
Doesn't make sense.
Maybe microphone. Yep. Headphone. All right, speak.
Yo.
I'm
gonna smack the shit out you because I knew it was you.
No, but at first it was it.
No, at first was you. It was you the whole time.
No. Because I wasn't even plugged in when I logged on to this.
Bro, you know what, chat? I just had a whole conversation with y'all. You know what? Fuck Unique Story. You know what? Fuck him.
You know what?
He's special. Because guess what?
Because I'm special.
I just had a whole conversation about, all right, you know what? Let's start it all over again.
Let's start it over. F it. CTU Podcast.
Episode 8.
Kendrick
Lamar's album came out, guys. Fucking A. The best album of the year. Let's get it. I got energy now because I'm tight. And I'm going to tell y'all now, best album of the year. Better than Drake. Smoking on top 5s. That's what we doing this summer. That's all we doing. Also, we are here. I'm gonna talk about the guy situation. The Young Thug situation. Okay, so let's like now I gotta go back. Okay, so the Young Thug situation. If you have not been keeping up with it, Unique.
No, I have not. Tell me about the Young Thug situation. Okay, so
Young Thug and the whole YSL all got arrested. They all got arrested. They got charged for a RICO charge.
Charged for RICO charge. Ooh, tell me about that. What's that?
RICO,
I don't know
RICO charge is like like an organized, like you're basically like an organized crime. Like you're doing organized crime. And I guess that's what it basically means. Like, yo, hey, listen, you're wilding outside. Guess what?
All right.
So
okay.
So Young Thug had a problem with this rapper. His name is YNF Lucci.
Why and hold up. Repeat the words for me.
YNF.
YNF. Okay.
Lucci.
Yeah. Lucci.
Yeah. So YNF Lucci was in jail. For I think it was a murder. I think it was a murder charge, or I think it was like an attempted murder. I think he had on his thing. But it had nothing to do with Young Thug. It had nothing to do with that. They previously had problems because of supposedly what academics said it was because of a female previously. And Young Thug attempts to go he tells the people in jail to basically go ahead and kill YNF Lucci in jail. Go ahead, stab him, go kill him. So they do it twice. The first time they did it, they failed.
They failed. The second time?
The second time they didn't even get the chance to do it the second time. I don't even think they got a chance to do it.
So my man's had the almighty faithful on his side.
So basically YNF Lucci and his lawyer, they were saying to the judge, hey, listen, can I get bail? Because I'm fearful for my life and I don't know what's gonna happen here. I don't want to die.
Makes sense.
I don't want to
Makes sense.
So like the whole YSL, everybody gets booked. Young Thug, Gunner, all these guys got booked. Sad situation. And what I'm saying is, hey, listen, why is it that when we become millionaires and everything, especially black ones, why do we go to organized crime? Why do we start doing more crime when we're rich and putting ourselves in predicaments like that? And then you're complaining about how why isn't like the KKK or anybody else getting like arrested? But it's like, yo, bro, but y'all putting it in the public. Y'all posting it online. You're posting it on Twitter. Young Thug said on Twitter, hey, YNF Lucci, pretty much, I would have been killed you, but lucky enough I like what you're doing. Lucky enough I like what you're doing with your mother and your daughter. Like, who puts that on the internet? What are you doing?
Right.
Why are you gonna tell somebody, yo, bro, yeah, I could have killed you, but I like what you're doing with your mother and your daughter? What? That's stupid. Then you got like the Casanova situation. Casanova just had to plead guilty and
Mm.
and his charges, he could be facing up to 50 to 60, 50, no 50. He can be he can face up to 5 to 60 years. And
5 to
his
60
case
years.
is
Okay.
a little crazy because he was outside the club, um, and a dude approached him. It was in Florida. A dude approached him on some type of time, and Casanova said to him, "Yo, you want to die tonight?" And homie shot him. They shot him. I think they shot him or they stabbed him outside the club. Wildin'. Wildin'. What are y'all doing? Why do y'all get money and start getting wildin'? You're not supposed to put yourself in predicament. You're supposed to just, bro, supposed to calm. Supposed to be calm, cool. We're about our money, bro. We trying to. We just got out of the. We just got out the hood. Why are we gonna
Right.
go back to the hood? We got out.
Listen. Sometimes you can take, you can leave the neighborhood, you can leave the state, you can leave the country, but it takes dumb long for you to be able to change your ways to accommodate where you at. So even if you change your social, your economic class, you go from low to the high end of things. That don't change who you are. It just means you do more with higher stuff of the same thing. I mean, it doesn't mean that individuals can't change. People can't grow out of that. But that's out there. That's difficult. But continue, because this is crazy.
So like my thing is like you got stuff like that. You got you
Mhm.
guys. First off, Young Thug's music is really really good. We're not gonna have a lot of music up. This is crazy. They actually denied them bail. Atlanta's not playing, and I think also, I think if the state doesn't get the job done, I think they're gonna have either the feds are gonna pick up the case or something.
Mhm.
It's gonna be crazy. Feds pick it up, they might have everything.
Right.
My thing is, I wonder, do they have cell phone tats, or do they have the cell phone tats of him making that call, and then um also they're using his lyrics against him. He said what what did he say? He said in a lyric, basically he is saying, we don't have nothing to do with that body, but we was in the area of that body. What are you alluding to?
What?
Like it was alluding.
That's mad like suspect. Like you throwing yourself out there. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
say
hey,
nah.
like yeah, we did that, but we didn't do that though. Like what did we do?
That's
like,
wild. That's out there. That's a little on the nose. You know
That's
what I
like,
mean?
all
Like
right. Like, what are you talking about, buddy? What are you incriminating yourself about, buddy? Today, what are you talking about over there? What are you alluding to? And it's like, and you're basically like self snitching on yourself. It's a lot of that self snitching stuff. I don't know when that started. I don't want to say it's a. I don't want to say it's a. Since Bobby, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say Bobby Smurder, but it's been.
I
Because
want to
Bobby
say it's
Smurder was like
Bobby
the
Smurder.
first case like we ever seen where it was like, yo, yeah, Mitch caught a body about a week ago. You're wildin'. What are y'all talking about? And y'all went down because of that song. Like, they was like, oh, word? Yeah, he's telling us everything. He just noticed. That dude
Look,
just
listen.
shot a dude last week.
What you
We're on it. We're on it, guys. We're on it. So it's a little different. Also, let me get back to this Kendrick Lamar thing. Yo, listen. Kendrick Lamar dropped an album. Kendrick Lamar hasn't dropped an album since 2017, guys. 2017.
What?
Yes, last Kendrick Lamar album was Damn. 2017.
Oh shit! I listened to it. Hold up.
It's a very, very.
Is it good?
Yes.
We talking?
18
Okay,
songs.
let's go. 18 songs.
18 songs,
Beautiful.
guys. Let me get back into this. You know what? It's album of the year. It's better than that Drake album. It's better than it to me. It's better than Donda. I listened to it 3 times, and I'm listening to it forever. Like, it's gonna be an everyday thing. I'm not, I get to stop listening to whack rappers. Truthfully, I don't have to listen to.
Hold on. But you listen to mumble rappers, so I'm confused. What are you talking about? Whack rappers?
Exactly.
You listen to mumble rappers.
Exactly. I don't have to
But you
listen to it
you partake in it though.
Yeah. I have to partake in it because when Whack is my favorite artist, they
have
drop
to.
an album. So I have to get lit. I have to get lit with you guys. You know, I gotta get lit. But Kendrick dropped the album. It's here.
That's fucking
And it's
funny.
amazing. I'm gonna tell you right now my favorite songs.
Let me know the suggestions. Let me know the suggestions. Hold it down. Hold it down.
In 95, dope song.
Dope song.
Dope song. Die Hard,
gotta be
great song. We Cry Together. We Cry Together is a song.
You can repeat that one more time. You know, remix DJ Khaled.
We Cry Together. It's a great song. It talks about the subject of men and women today, of what we go through. Majority of the time, when you're dating a woman, and it give you the woman perspective and also the guy perspective of the song. It really, really is that great. Rich Spirit, fire. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song, alright? Real shit. Purple Hearts, great song. Count Me Out, great song. Silent Hill, him and Kodak, great song. I was not expecting Kodak on this album. Wasn't expecting. We did have Baby Keem. Baby Keem, real shit. Baby Keem is lit. Great song. Savior, really, really good. And that's how far I got to the album. But it's 2 parts of the album. It's an hour.
Okay. All right.
And
I'm about to listen to it. Actually, I'm not gonna
listen. I've been hyped. I've been hyped for I've been waiting for this Kendrick album. I'm waiting for it. I know it's supposedly supposed to be his last album. And if it is his last album,
that's sad. That's sad. Because we're losing greatness.
So
we already lost J. Cole.
Him and J. Cole both dropping last 2 albums. And that's it. To me, I think we're in our last little bit of the good era of rap, where we're gonna have a lot of whack artists. We're never gonna get a Kendrick Lamar again. We're never gonna get a nigga. I don't want to listen to Jack Harlow. Real shit. I don't want to listen to Jack Harlow. I really don't. Like Jack Harlow is probably the only guy left that's pretty okay. And I don't want to listen.
I mean, you actually, there's some fire group on YouTube that kind of popped off. Coast Contra. I don't know if you heard about them, but they seem to be a little 4-man cipher that seemed to be popping off. With I believe it was their freestyle video, but you know,
I don't like Jack Harlow, bro. Jack Harlow.
Nah, I don't. Well, I mean, listen, I'm trying to give you some gems for the people, because if you don't like Jack Harlow, and I don't know, I have forgot what song he made.
Jack Harlow's the guy popular. Who made right now his biggest song is the he did a remix to that Fergie song, that First Class joint that Fergie did. That First Class shit. I think that's the song that he did. I think it's that. He did like
American rapper Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow's the white dude. He made he's
right. I gotta search him up because I don't really know. Oh, what's popping? That's what. That thing that had like a little hype up. All right.
Yeah. And that song to me is dirt. I hated that song.
He said that song.
I hated that song.
I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it a little bit because it was kind of uppity. It was, it showed a little bit of skill, rather than saying the same word over and over, or at least, kind of just matching the beat. It actually had a little something. I think it wasn't terrible. I don't really know. Rap is you got to go with the authentic, and then you got to go with the fake. Mumble rappers is just OD fake nowadays.
It's a lot more. Listen, let's keep it 100. 80% of the rap game is ran by fake niggas. 80.
Ooh. 80? That's a heavy number.
80. I'm gonna say 80.
All right. So
80.
80. All right.
A lot of the guys who are the top rappers don't live the life that they rap. They don't. A lot of these guys don't do that. A lot of these guys. but 80. The 20% of real rappers that we
I,
do listen to, like the Kendricks, the J.
yep.
Cole's,
Uh-huh.
it's hard. It's hard to find them. I'm not even throwing Drake in that boat because Drake in the beginning of his career was really, really a real rapper. I liked him. But
Oh, of course.
Drake now, no, I don't like Drake now. Drake now is
Well,
just
Drake move away from rap. You got like Drake move away from rap because Degrassi and rap was the only way out of Degrassi for him. I'm gonna be honest. If he didn't rap, if he didn't make music, I'm pretty sure Degrassi would have been his last scene.
No, he was an okay actor.
I don't think so. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't think he was. I'm not gonna hold you. Don't think so. I think he's a really good musician. There's no doubt about it. But Degrassi with Drake, this is
yeah.
This is a hot top. This is a hot opinion right now because
listen,
obviously people are not gonna agree with me, but I really don't think so.
I'm telling you, it's 80 because the some of the dudes that's in this rap game are not living. None of them are really the super street dudes. None of them are really selling drugs. It's all poetry. It's great poetry. Great. Not everybody, bro. Not everybody's shooting a gun. Not everybody's killing their ops. Not everybody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. A lot of these guys who are in it, like the drill rappers, maybe like some of these guys, yeah, they live that lifestyle. But
yeah, J. Cole said that. J. Cole said, but the guns and the drug balls that y'all relying got these nerds thinking that you niggas hard as iron. He's spouting the truth out there. He's basically saying the same thing that you saying because no one has bars no more. And I'm not gonna hold you that J. Cole and Benny the Butcher that shit was fire. That was fire.
Because listen, bars right now. Really, you want me to be honest? All you have to do to make good songs now is to have a good melody, a good beat, and just a catchy hook.
A catchy hook, and you gotta be on track. You gotta be on track with the song. If you do those three things, I'm gonna be honest, you pretty much have everything. So I don't know. Rap is going in a weird place. I take it back. Rap is still alive. Rap is just not focused on mainstream media and they ain't getting record deals like that. I'm gonna be honest. Most of the people that actually know how to rap don't have record deals, and they're doing pretty good because they got YouTube. So it's kind of like, I mean, you might have to stop listening to them them radios on the freaking in the car.
You gotta listen to underground guys to really get like a knocking song sometimes. Nigga, that's what it's going towards like, and then even the underground guys are never really getting that look. None of them really get the look of being an industry artist, but because industry artists, you have to be people who are giving out the record deals are people who don't really care about rap. A lot of people who own a lot of people who own record companies, a lot of them don't really care about it. They're just getting a guy who we could just plug in and make songs. We've seen that.
Of course. I mean, the deals even reflect that because majority of the deals, as far as I know, don't have like a backup plan. They just give you a percentage of how much you make. They throw the deal at them. The rappers accept it because they're going to make a lot of money from it, but then there's no protection afterwards. What if something happens? As far as I know, there's no protection. No. There's no pension. There's no backup plan. There's no little bit of cash money. What you make is what you make entirely.
There's no 401k. There's none of that.
There's nothing. So basically, you're free. You're not freelancing, but you're basically out in the open end. I forgot what was one of the new rappers. I forgot what he was. He was on I don't know if he's on I-95 or I don't know. But he responded. He was, they was like, yo, why don't you got this? I think it was a call because I ain't really pay attention to what they were saying. But his response was pretty good. He was like, yo, bro, like I gotta make money. Like they don't gotta give me a pension. They don't give me anything like that. Like I gotta put money in the stocks business. I'm like, all right, yo, bro, this guy's smart,
Cordell, did you just mention the wackest rapper in Alabama?
I don't know who the guy is. But I'm just saying.
I don't like none of those young. You want me to be honest? I don't like them. I didn't like the Almighty J. I didn't like all them niggas. Them niggas is wild weird to me. Cordell, he got bars, but he's just kind of whack to me in my head.
Yeah, this dude, rapper Corday. Yeah, all right. So yeah, this dude. All right. I mean, I guess you could say that he's whack,
Why being?
and I ain't gonna go against you, but like, come on, you know what I mean? Like he had a good ass response. It was honest. It had a little bit of sense in there. Hopefully, people will take that and run with it when they do these deals. Make something new. Because if you're really that good and they're gonna make money, they can choose to tweak their deals a little bit. Give you something.
The only thing is about being in those record deals or being anything along that line, is that they give you an advancement. When they give you the advancement, they're expecting you to pay it back. So if they say, let's say you signed this record deal. Hey, listen, you're with this company for 4 years. Your advance is like $1 million. You have to pay that $1 million back. So you don't get none of that money. All that, yeah, I'm touching wild money. You're not touching a lot of money. You're not touching a lot. A lot of your money is coming from touring. A lot of it is coming from touring. And not everybody's touring every year. Not everybody's doing that. Not everybody's going through, a lot of press, and when you're selling your album, you got to do a lot of press running. Your record label's gonna have you doing a lot of that, a lot of press running, being on certain radio stations, doing radio interviews, being on ESPN, doing a lot of stuff, A lot of them a lot of the clothes, a lot of those people get paid. So you have to pay those people. The record company will pay you for those people. They will be like, hey, listen, you're specifically gonna wear this every time, and you're gonna pay for it. It's coming out of your pension. It's coming out of that. Coming out of that advancement. You have to give these people money.
Of course. All right. So
basically.
Damn. All right. So you know more of the rap business than I do. So then let me ask you a question. How you think these maybe these rappers can tweak these deals in their favor, bro? Because
it's hard to get it's hard to be to get your own. You kind of have to take a shitty ass deal to get in this spot. Sometimes you have to take a shit. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a deal where it's a 360 deal. 360 deal meaning like, hey, listen, before you touch the money, like let's say me, you, and Crown. Let's say I'm a record label. I say, Crownless is my business partner, and you're the artist. Basically what it is, it's like, okay, cool. You're basically my artist. I'm saying, hey, let's say every record you sell or anything, you don't get to touch that money. Crownless gets to touch it, and then I get to touch it before you get your money. It's like that. It's basically like that. It's basically you don't get to touch your money at all. All your money goes to me. Or you can go the route of not being signed, and be independent. But it's really, really hard to be independent because you're gonna have to put a lot of the stuff you want to do. It's your money. You're in control of your own money.
Right. So your money pays for things, and your money you gain from things. All right. So it's basically, put more work in. That's basically what it is. Everything you make, put work in. If you're that good, put work in. It's harder. Okay. So it's really hard. You think there's a way for success? I'm gonna be honest, because I don't see there's a way that hip hop can really come back from the direction it's going. Like, I think it's past the point of no return. After we started accepting like 3 or 4 people that started sounding the same, I think that's when like hip hop was just like, yo, we're gonna take a dark turn.
Everybody's using the same beats. Everybody has the same tone. Everybody has the same flow in every song. Everybody has the same producer.
The same producer.
There's no different. There's nothing
Birdman.
different. Everybody has
like, funny.
It's like, hey, yo, bro, this guy has a great personality. Like, yo, bro, let's emulate that. Like,
right.
Like, hey, like let's just say I'm like, hey, let's take Lil Uzi for example. Yo, hey, we already have a little Uzi that's in the industry, but let's make another little Uzi. Let's grab a guy who sounds exactly like him and he makes the same type of music.
And who is that?
Who's like an emulation? I don't know. I don't really hear anybody that really sounds like Uzi to me. Like I listen to Uzi.
I think everyone sounds like Uzi to me. I'm sorry, everyone at this point sounds like Uzi. Uzi sounds like a slowed down Lil Wayne from back in the day, like repetitive. Lil Wayne was nice, but they're like Lil Wayne, except if Lil Wayne actually didn't have any like
talent
bars. The talent. Yeah, same thing. No matter. All right, so that's a hard situation, you know, because I know people that, you know, do music and stuff like that, and, you know, and they're popping off recently. Like you know, I'm surprised. And you know, hopefully, you know, there's gonna be a link to one of them down below on my page on YouTube. But you know, I wanted to ask you something because I seen something on Facebook that really caught my eye. Because we have an you know, everyone should know Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right? Nine-Nine, you know, it is a really funny show. Do you remember the Latino cop, Italian Latino cop?
The angry, the one that was like the angry one all the time?
Yeah. So recently I come to find out that that I found out that they're trying to make a Twisted Metal live action.
I'm not watching that.
You're not watching that? You serious? Twisted Metal?
No, because the story of Twisted Metal, what was the main character? The clown, really?
Yeah, the clown.
Wasn't he like a killer or something like that? Wasn't he like?
Yeah, he was trying to kill, I think, his daughter or something like that. And you know, he was just a clown killing people, but his main goal was to kill his daughter. You know, depending on which way you go with the story, but technically the main story is he actually did get to kill his daughter. Like he succeeded, or maybe he failed. I forgot, but I'm pretty sure he succeeded. But you know, they're trying to make a live action of these things, and you know, it got me thinking.
Not every game. You want me to be honest? Not every game that has a great story needs a show. Because
of course
that game wasn't a great story game. I don't know why it's getting a show. It wasn't. It was more of a demolition derby to the death kind of thing. So it's like, how are we gonna make this a show? Like you might know, it's a demolition derby to death. That's what it basically is. So you're gonna make it a show? That doesn't make any sense. To think, come on, you gotta think logically. Like, come on, we played Twisted Metal as kids. How are you going to tell me that you're gonna be like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna make a Twisted Metal show and it's gonna be lit? Okay, let's pull up the Twisted Metal game. All these characters have like a separate side story, but then we have to bring them to demolition to death. And how are we gonna spin that off in the show? And also, who won the Twisted Metal itself?
I think it was him. I think it was him because the game has like multiple endings for multiple different characters that actually do win. So I mean, you know, like it. I gotta go back into it. But as far as I remember, Twisted Metal was always something that was actually kind of fire. You know, I agree with you. It wasn't really a great story game. I do have to say though, it's got me questioning, because a lot of companies are coming out with different like adaptations and stuff like that. Like Halo, the new Halo that came out, the show. I'm gonna say it, trash. Absolutely trash. It was a trash show, trash live action. It didn't even follow the same story. They took off Master Chief's helmet. I was looking at it like, what the hell was this? I was like, why am I watching his face, bro?
But we never seen Master Chief's real face.
Exactly. We see him as like a kid, you know, going through the treatment and stuff like that, but we never seen his face. I mean, not taking the animations into account, but like, come on, this is crazy. You know, we got Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie, and terrible, absolutely terrible.
I would never, but that's the thing though. I would never taking video games and making it. I think the only video game you kind of have a a great show for, or any
Mhm.
type of light, is maybe like The Last of Us, because The Last of Us is kind of basically like The Walking Dead. It's basically like The Walking Dead, but just with, but like you're just dumbing down The Walking Dead with only Ellie and in the main and what was his name? Oh, what was the other guy's name? I'm freaking forgetting. Um, you're dumbing down in that light, but
Mm.
um, Uncharted should have been like a real Uncharted could have been a show instead of making um that. You said the new Tekken anime looks lit. It looks fire. I haven't seen it. I haven't.
Actually, I'm gonna agree with that. Actually, it does look good. See, that's the thing. And live adaptations is hard to do, but animations is pretty much in the same realm as the video games, so it's not even that hard. But I think, in all honesty, like a lot of companies are coming out with these live adaptations. Some of them are hits, some of them really are not. I'm personally waiting for the Avatar, the Last Airbender. This time they're gonna follow the story. They ain't gonna go too far and do some crazy weirdness. They're gonna do exactly how the TV show was. So I'm actually very excited for that. But my question for you is, you know, should companies start going for these things? Like, should they start, going to games and taking the concepts and the stories and trying to add twists to them? Because I'm thinking that shouldn't be the case at all. Like, that sounds like the dumbest idea. The Halo thing proved it. I don't want to see a freaking story for freaking Smash Brothers or freaking uh, I don't know, freaking Destiny or something. I don't want to see that type of stuff. I mean, that's that, that ain't really that interesting. Actually, I take it back. I take it back. There's one show that I wouldn't mind seeing.
But
And it'd be what was that? What was the game? We both played it. Matters or something like that. It was like Halo. It had three games and a fourth one. And it was Shepard. Someone was Shepard. I forgot what his name is. The guy you play as or the girl you play as is named Shepard. Um
Shepard.
Shepard.
Was it? It wasn't the
Right.
Tales. It wasn't the Tales
Mass
series.
Effect. No, it was Mass Effect.
Okay.
I think Mass Effect would have been a really good like story to watch because it's built on a story, like with your own choices.
Mm.
I think that's something that would have been like pretty good as a freaking TV show.
Mass Effect is basically like Star Trek.
Star Trek, except on like less crack
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and more digestible. But
Yeah,
yeah, man,
Mass Effect isn't a bad title. Mass Effect is not a bad title to have as a show. I think
mm,
I think you got to do it strategically. You can't just do oh hey yeah we're gonna do a movie yeah we're gonna do a show based on this and it's dirt
mm,
and
and
it's
it's
dirt.
dirt.
You cannot do not do that. Not
Woo.
like we just seen PlayStation just put out a Uncharted movie. Come on,
Yeah, that
come
was
on, what are
that
we
was
doing?
that wasn't and
Uncharted didn't deserve a movie, and it doesn't need it. It didn't need it. It's basically Indiana. You basically made Indiana Jones with Tom Holland.
with Tom Holland. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Come on.
I was gonna say there's no real Indiana Jones game. That's why the Uncharted kind of filled that space. It was like a Tomb Raider male esque
Aspect. Yeah.
game. So it kind of fit that regard, and that little space there. But like, yeah, I agree with you. Like Tom Holland after doing Spider-Man, I think he's tied to that spot now.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
he should. I
It,
don't
it's
think he
it's
should
it's like
ever leave.
it's like the Iron Man title.
Yeah, the Iron Man is Robbie Downey Jr. Like, what was his name that was supposed to supposedly take Iron Man's spot for the Doctor Strange? It was leaked that he was going to be like an alternate
Tom
version.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, right? Tom Cruise is a good actor, but he's no Robert Downey Jr. Like he made Iron Man an Iron Man-esque figure. Like everyone now knows Iron Man, from the people that read comics to the people that don't read comics. You now know who Iron Man is because of Robbie Downey Jr.'s like performance. Uh, Tom Cruise is good, but I don't think it's a right fit for him. I think he should just play a totally different person. I don't know who it is. I'm pretty sure there's thousands of characters. They can pick somebody for him, but he needs to have his own person.
Oh, do you?
But yeah, that reminds me. Have you seen it's been a couple weeks. It's been a couple of weeks, if not a week. So people should have already seen the movie. But Doctor Strange. Let's talk about it. Doctor Strange. How you feeling about it, bro? How you feeling about it?
Uh, what did you say?
What? My man said, No, Doctor
Nah.
Strange. Doctor Strange 2. How you feeling about it? Multiverse
Oh,
of
it was
Madness.
pretty good.
It was. Let me know, because a lot of people I've heard say it wasn't PG-13 friendly. For the people that
I don't
don't
think
know, it
so.
actually gets a lot, like it gets pretty graphic actually. Um, freaking, for the people that don't know, some of the leaks were true, some of the leaks weren't true. Tom Cruise did not appear as an Iron Man, alternative or alternate version. But we did get some amazing characters, which were Black Bolt, the Inhuman. That character was part of a failed TV show, absolutely garbage of a TV show. You got Fantastic Four, Reed Richards. Everyone knows who that guy is, the little long arm guy. And you got an alternate version of Captain America, Captain Carter from the What If series. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see it. It's amazing short stories. And you also have a Captain Marvel, female version of Marvel, of Marvel. So, it was a couple of good things, good uh ways to introduce the multiverse in different aspects and different worlds. And they really are like utilizing what Loki did and the ending of Loki. They're really using everything. Um so I think when it comes to Marvel, we keep on saying it, again and again, but Marvel's hitting it right now. Marvel has no end. It has no end in sight. If they keep on going like this, it's never gonna
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be like way too much at this point. I think it's getting to the point where it's gonna be too much every cat. Like, how are you gonna put everybody in every movie? I mean, we got the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four was really a good uh a different thing this year.
The Fantastic Four, different thing. What
Literally,
Fantastic Four?
like putting them in Doctor Strange 2.
Beautiful. That was
Beautiful.
fire.
That was like a perfect placement. It was like a perfect placement of the X Men. It
hmm
was a perfect placement for everybody.
Facts. But when you say like the mashups that are gonna be coming up, I think when it comes to like all the characters being in one movie, they don't really gotta put them on all in one movie. They really don't. They could break it into many pieces, which is something that I'm scared about, because sooner or later, if Marvel keeps on adding characters, we're gonna start seeing like freaking 4 different Thanos movies back to back in 1 year. Like Marvel is gonna start making buck off of all these,
Uh-huh.
collab movies. Oh snap! We got Crownless.
No, go on, continue the conversation.
Definitely Crownless at the moment. All right. So, all right.
That was such a good joke.
That was a good joke.
Right. Very hilarious.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the salty compliments, because my joke was actually that good. Anyway,
No,
so
it wasn't, because a crown would be something on my head and I was shirtless, so
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, the Mario. All right. So we got our third co-pilot, which is Crownless. Welcome. Me and Trey know that you got something to get off your chest about New York City, and definitely New York City and the subway system. Sometimes
Yeah, but if you're gonna pass the mic to me, I'm actually gonna start with a different topic.
Oh, beautiful.
Give me a second. Yeah,
Take your time.
I'm really trying that this happens because I was just talking to my cousin. But you know what? I'm not even gonna start that. But that is pretty funny. In any case, let me get my book, my notes out. All right, gang. My topic today, right? I won't even try to summarize it in one word. I'm gonna just discuss it, hear y'all thoughts, the usual. So, I believe we have a little problem. Also this will be focused on more male-oriented things. Prefer to talk about that.
Definitely go.
Why is it
today, though?
Online and offline space, right? Let's just take online, right? People are so quick to dish out negative comments, rip on you, shit on you, tell you suck, whatnot. But then those same people, when it's thrown back at them in the slightest way, they get super emotional about it. It's like, for example, I was playing a game last night. I was like, yo, you know what? Matter of fact, I even yell at them. I was like, yo, my teammates aren't really that good right now. I could probably play their class. I wish they did some more of this, because the game we were playing was very team oriented and we needed people to be on point. It was like they were playing at a difficulty where like you can get smoked really quick, and that's what was happening. So I was letting it off. One of them comes to me, and he wrote me a whole fucking paragraph. He was like, yo, you're not a clown. You're the whole circus. Keep whining. I don't know why you think you're so skilled just because you're the only one not dying. This, that, and the third. And I'm like, all I said was, y'all could do a little bit better right now. Mind you, I was streaming this too. And the funny part was, I didn't think that they heard me because I was in a party chat. But anyways, I had to address it. I'm like, what do you mean I'm whining? Like, I'm talking to you exactly like this. Like, it happens all the time. People say you suck all the time. Why are you so emotional? So I was like, you know what? I'll take a step back. Let me listen to what you're saying. And then he proceeded to try to lay it on me. He was like, yo, you think you're a god at this game. You think you're an immaculate player. You think you can rip on the fucking other players and shit. I'm like, yo, I did not say none of this. All I said was, you can do better. And then looking at games like Rocket League or fighting games, right? Trey definitely, me and Trey go way back with this fighting game shit. So it was like, Trey knows what I'm about to say. It was like, we run into a lot of people and their egos are just on go. You feel me? And that's cool. That's cool. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's a competitive game. The objective is for me to beat your ass. But then it's like, if I'm sitting there,
somebody asked me in my chat, what game was it that you was playing?
So yesterday I was playing this game called Deep Rock Galactic. Pretty much, it's like an offshoot of Minecraft. Like, it has a Minecrafty art style. The objective is you playing as 4 different classes of dwarves, and you go around completing different missions on this alien planet. While you're doing that, it's pretty much like a horde shooter type game. So like, we have to survive on top of doing the mission. And the game is pretty fun. It's very fast paced. They throw a lot of enemies at you. It's very, it's open and destructible environment. You get to interact with the stage as much as you want. Great A material. So pretty much one of the missions, we had to connect some pipes to start the oil flow going, right? And you literally have to go one by one, connect the pipes, blah 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 blah. But we were on a level where the entire area is just filled with lava. Not just the floor is lava, but everywhere is fucking lava. So, they were getting burned. They were getting hit by the enemies. They weren't connecting the pipes. And mind you, it's like, okay, we all fuck up at this game. It happens. That's why I was just like, yo, like, it wasn't even just that. We were playing on this thing called Hazard 4, right? So the difficulties go from 1 to 5, 5 being the toughest. So if we're playing on 4, that you got to play up.
Right.
That you got to, like, move around. You got to, like, complete the objective quick. And most importantly, you got to not die. Like, I'm not asking you to, like, kill every enemy on the floor, just not die, not get hit. So as I was saying that, I was being cool because I was like, yo, you know what? I probably am sounding like a dickhead. Let me take a step back. Let me chill. But then they just went right on me. They were like, yo, bro, you think you're so nice. You probably play on Has 5 all the time, this and that. And I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. If you want me to say you suck, I gladly will. Yo, you're fucking trash now. and then that went into an argument. But at post-argument, I was sitting in the lobby. Again, I'm still streaming, so I was talking to my chat. And I'm like, yo, you know what? At its core, if this situation was reversed, they would have been laying it on me. They would have been like, yo, bro, what do you mean you can't do no fucking pipes? What do you mean you're getting down like 3-4 times? You're trash. Get out of my lobby. In fact, that actually happened because another guy got down right before I started talking, and they kicked him. And I'm like, we're on Has 4. I can't just go pick him up when I want to. I have to, like, clear the area, make sure he's good, and then revive him. And then we get on the mission, But to switch, anyways, if you ever find that game, check it out. Deep Rock Galactic, it's cracked. Very co-op oriented. You have some buddies, play it. I recommend it highly. But with fighting games, right? It'll be games like Tekken, Dragon Ball, whatever. It's like me and Trey have come to a point where it's like, yo, we know our skill range. We played in tournaments. We've got experience. Now, we're not the types to throw said experience and be like, yeah, you know what? I've been playing fighting games since I was 4, bro. I'm a fucking god. Yeah. I'm a beast. I won tournaments, bro. Like, even though I have one, like, I don't need to.
I'm sorry. That was bad funny.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yo, no, that was pretty good.
That's what people feel like I do. They be like, yo, you think you're nice at fighting games. You think you're the fucking god because you're winning. And I'm like, yo, bro, I never said this. Where's all this, like, hate coming from? Not hate, but, like, you're being a whole hater right now. You feel me? Just take the L and move on with your life.
Move on.
Because if the roles were reversed and I had lost the match, y'all would be quick. Yo, bro, you're fucking shit. Yo, I swear to God, bro, you should delete this game because you're so trash. But the second I say you need to do better, your emotions are hurt. Your feelings are hurt. It's like,
I have a good situation where I'm telling people, hey, like in Tekken, right? You and I both know, you and all three of us know. Don't duck in front of your opponent. Don't really do that a lot.
That's bad.
Like, don't do it because I
play wait, we gotta clear. All right, people, in Tekken, right? You have to have spatial awareness. It's a 3D game. You can move around. There's highs, mediums, and lows.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you know a high is coming out, then most certainly duck under it. But to keep going in front of the opponent, not even just the opponent, but like Trey, for example. Trey knows how to use his character. He knows what moves to use in what situation. So it's like, if I see you ducking, I'm going to just hit you with a middle uppercut because that connects with ducking opponents. Now, that's one thing. Now it's on you to either learn from that and not fall into the same trap again. Matter of fact, you're not even falling into the same trap. You're intentionally putting yourself in that trap and then acting like you didn't know how that happened. My fault for taking the floor, but go ahead.
Yeah. So it would be like a situation of like it will be like, I would do this little like 1-2 like high and then I would throw like a mid I would throw a low after it, right? Because it follows it. It follows like it's a 1-2 low. And so I would do it repeatedly and keep on doing it to condition it in your head to duck, like to block the low or to low parry the low. Now imagine if you're not imagine each time I'm throwing it out, and then you're conditioning yourself to duck it. And as soon as you duck it, I stop doing the low. And then you're ducking, and then I'm telling you, hey, why did you duck there? You're like, oh, because it was gonna mess up your brain. I'm like, no, not necessarily. You just helped me out. You just told me now what you're looking at. Now I conditioned you so much that you know the low is coming. Now when I'm not gonna do it, you go, it's a trick on you rather. It's not a trick on me because
Right.
I would like sit there and freeze on purpose just to give you like a oh yeah, like I wasn't expecting him to duck. No, I want you to duck. Like because I'm
Right. It's
inviting you.
it's conditioned just like you do the dog, which is something that people don't like to agree with. But yeah, it's like people that have problems with gambling. Like they think that they're gonna win, but they end up losing. But it's the chance that they might get it right. And that's a actually really advanced and pretty interesting theory that you picked up on, bro, that you can apply to games. That's pretty smart. That's some high level shit right there.
You can condition
Exactly.
everybody.
I was just about to say that. That's how you bust into the high levels. Matter of fact, before you even go into conditioning, it's like all my people who play fighting games, right?
All right, I'm gonna move it.
You gotta realize that fighting games, and to an extension, I'm also say skateboarding because I do that from time to time. It's just as mental as it is physical. It's like, yes, for all intents and purposes, I can just walk in here, just press whatever button I want just to beat you up. But the higher you climb up the ladder and the more skillful opponents you fight, you're going to realize that they too have a working brain. You feel me? And now you need to apply something to trick their brain up so that, they get put into situations that they don't expect, and vice versa. It's like if they're trying to trick you up, you have to have a certain level of fortitude to where you're like, all right, he's trying to go for a feint and then he's going to go in for a left while I'm moving right, But since I know he's about to feint, I'm going to just do something else, Go ahead, though, my bro.
Because that's basically what that's basically what the game plan is anyway, to make you keep on thinking. The game plan for me is really to make you think more than me. I don't have to think because I'm not really worried about you. I'm more worried about, especially if we play like long sets, I'm not really worried anymore. Because I can condition my brain enough to know certain moves off of like seeing it repeatedly. It's just action moves. It's certain action points. You're always gonna see. It's certain startup moves where you can see that he's gonna do it. I already take a mental picture in my head of doing it sometimes. And homie in the chat said it's better to stand and block and to react to low. Yeah, it is. It is better to stand and block.
Hell yeah.
Because you could just low parry. Because you could just low parry a low. You don't have to necessarily. The only low you have to duck really in real terms in Tekken is Noctis. Noctis is the only guy with a low that you have to literally get down and block it. You can't low parry the sword, the spike
right, yeah,
the spear
attack that he does.
Yeah. So you have to get down and block it itself. So everything else is like it's pretty okay. Like I can sit there, I can do whatever I want. I could do whatever I want at any given time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nobody can tell me I can't do nothing anyway. That's kind of how I play this game, and people have a tendency of getting mad about the way I play with Lily, where it's kind of like people don't like the fact that I'm not letting them pick a turn, or I'm playing so hyper aggressive that you're not even knowing when it's your turn sometimes. So Tekken in particular is a huge knowledge check.
Whoever said that, I agree with you 100%. It's a super knowledge check right there. You got to know your matchup. Again, you got to know what moves they're going to do in what situation. You know how they're going to react to certain tech. Like even just in the neutral game, there's so many variables that could happen that you got to be aware of at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely get you. It's a very big brain fighting game.
It's like too deep of a fighting game sometimes. Sometimes it's too much. A lot of moving and a lot of like poking. Like, hey, listen. Like we play players who are super combo heavy, where it's like, yeah, you could be 100% combo heavy, but like, are you going to? What's gonna happen when you can't land those combos?
Right. Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's like, yo, they'll have so much in-depth knowledge of the combo, but nothing surrounding the start.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I know that you're only able to combo off of that launcher, I'm not gonna let you hit me with the launcher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only am I just gonna block it, I'm gonna move around, I'm gonna sidestep, I'm gonna outrange you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna do so much to make sure you can't use that launcher and get your combo started.
And
And it's up
you're
to
gonna
you
get
to have
frustrated.
retaliation, right?
And you're gonna get frustrated because that's all you know how to do. Where in particular, you have to learn how to poke. I don't know why people don't want to jab. Like, you have to jab in this game. You have to use every limb in your body in this game. You have to.
Exactly.
Can't.
And that's what leads into my starting point. It's like when you do something that either they don't expect, they can't react to, or just, genuine outplay. That's their first response, is to get frustrated and to just try to like mentally throw shit on you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you have all this experience. That's why you're playing like that. Well, I mean, that's not my fault. I enjoy the genre, like you're the one that stepped to me that wants to fight. Like you have to deal with the type of pressure I apply. Vice versa. Which is why it's like, if I let you win, all you're gonna do is say how much you're better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then word, it's like, yo, we'll keep it very nonchalant. You're like, yeah, I won, but like, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's not. This isn't a tournament match. It's not a money match. We're not playing for anything serious. It's just a couple of friendly games.
Mm-hmm.
So what's with the like emotional distress?
And he said jibe pressure is pretty much a universal tool. Yes, it is. Because you have to have it. You have to have it.
Oh,
you have to have it.
My chat is here today, my nigga.
You have to you have to have jabs.
Have to have the jabs. You gotta know how to poke. You gotta know how to open people up. Because I'll give you a prime example. It's funny to me seeing how they play, because I used to play exactly like that. I used to be so hyper aggressive, combo heavy. I used to not want to block. I used to always go for the unsafe moves just to get the combo out. And then I just ran into a wall that was players that's better than me.
Yeah.
And know that, he wants this launcher, I'm not gonna give it to him. And I had two choices. I could either get frustrated and be like, yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore. Everybody's fucking cheaters. They just got the experience over me, bro. They play in actual tournaments. I don't want to deal with this. Or I could just say, you know what? That was a good outplay. I am a little salty because, like, I'm not saying be a robot. Like, just take a step back. Be like, okay, I could do this, this, and this instead of this. Play around his pressure, and then try to find a new formula that's gonna work against him. I guess that's the core of my argument. It's like, people tend to just turn their brains off too quick when it comes to these things, and it's like there's no reason to. You don't have to default to getting frustrated just because somebody's beating you, or in the case with Deep Rock Galactic, because somebody's critiquing your play. It's like, yo, you can just improve a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, just don't die. That's literally all I said. I was like, yo, y'all are dying a little bit too much. I'm not gonna be tight if we fail this mission, because like I could do another one. But it's like, I said what I said. It's like I could do a little bit better.
We in particular, to get better, all of us. Well, me and Crownless had probably the best Tekken story to get better. What made us get better?
Well, you want to get into that?
Which is we had a day. Basically, one of my boys. I meet Crownless. Let's say this is like week 2 of me knowing Crownless. It's like week 2. I went over there. We chilled. Played Tekken all day. Cool. So he's like, yo, say, yo, bro, come over. Yo, my boy's over here. The dude I was telling you who plays Paul. I'm like, okay, cool. I make it over there. So they already started playing. We were just warming up. Everybody's just getting around their turn. So this dude name's Kevin. Kevin.
Right. Wait, hold up. I got you. My fault to cut in. So pretty much at a time, I was running locals at my house. And I'd have my boys pull up, get together, chill, enjoy the company, and just play fighting games. That's what it was. And then I met Trey, as he said, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm feeling this Tekken. I like the way y'all play Tekken. Like, I'm gonna pull up here more." We was like that, like we appreciate more people at locals. He was very consistent, so we were gonna be consistent back. And it was like that. And then facts, my boy, I'm gonna call him Bro Eagle Eye, because that's his tag.
Yeah.
He was like, I've known him since high school, so this is about a good 8 years now. He pulled up, and usually I knew him as a Kazuya man, but that was back in Tekken 6. Tag 2 came. We were already out of school. We didn't really play together that much, and now here's 7. Comes to the locals. He's like, "Yo, I play Kazuya, but now I have a new man, which is Paul." And I'm gonna pass the floor back to Trey for that.
Right.
Just to get that extra
so when we get
fucking Paul. Oh my God.
So once we get into the matches, it was pretty funny. So the first go around, he gets like, let's say the first go around, like the first person he beats in the room, he beats them. For
context, it was Bro Eagle Eye, and then it was about 5 others.
Yeah. So each set is consisted of 2 games. So it's a best of 3. So so he goes around the room the first go around. I think he won 30 straight. He won 30
That's
straight.
Right, y'all. No exaggeration.
30 straight games. 30 straight games. Didn't lose one game. Didn't lose he got close to almost losing and never really lost. And so at first we're like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna chill. We're gonna stop." Okay, cool. So they started playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters. They started playing other games. All right, so we get back on Tekken. He goes on another like 40. He wins 70 games in a day. 70 games that day.
Damn. It's a good thing that game wasn't about money, bro. People would have wiped out about money, bro.
so he walks out
like
$40. So he walks out the room. He's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go home. You know what? I'm gonna leave." And he goes, "Yo, bro, you want me to be honest? The only person in this room who got close enough to beat me is Trey." And so everybody looks at me, and so as soon as he leaves the room, so it's me, Crownless, and his other boy, and we're just sitting there so down, like, and then I'm like, I said, "You know what? I think I know the formula of beating him." And so like Crownless and everybody's like, "All right, so how are we gonna beat him?" I'm like, "Move." I'm like, "Movement." I'm like, "Yo, bro, he doesn't move. He didn't move the whole fight. He never moved. He's just standing there like a brick, standing there like he's playing Street Fighter, and he's just beating you." And it's like, and it's so hard. So we all got in the lab, bro. We came out of there hyper
confident.
Confident.
Yeah, we had the whole training month because to give the context again, it was like
every day
he was beating us on top of talking hot.
Yeah,
especially to me, he was like, "Yo,
I remember, my guys went in the hyperbolic time chamber after the L.
Yeah.
Went like 2 rounds, and he'll come back and re-straight us, and it was like, "Oh my God, yo, this guy's got Kevin, bro. He's too good right now. We gotta figure it out."
So like eventually time goes past. Me and Crowley is in tournaments, we wild and whatever. Now insert he comes back. We're like, "Yo, bro, you know what? We're all ready. We're all ready for this moment." He beats us again. Hey. He beats us again.
Damn. That's not a good uphill.
He beats us again. And I remember I said to myself, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna sleep on it, and I think I can really, really beat him." So I text him. I'm like, "Yo, you want to play?" He's like, "Yeah." So me and him get back. I play him and I beat him. I finally got the chance to beat him. I beat him. I think I beat him like 5. I think I beat him 5 times, and it was like the formula finally worked. Like I started breaking. I started seeing the chinks in the armor. Like I'm like, "Yo, bro, I can move," and my movement got so much better to the point where like even when I play other people are like, "Yo," like I went to Anime NYC recently last year, and was that no, that wasn't last year. That was this year. I'm gonna say it was towards the end of last year. And I was in there, I'm playing with Lily, and everybody's like, "Yo, how did you get this good with Lily?" I can't really tell you. I just practice.
Practice.
I
Yeah,
just put the time in.
exactly. And it was like I had beat him twice, but the gap between his skill and mine just felt like a mountain. It was like, yo, and exactly what Trey said. He left the room, and we're all like, "How did you beat him, bro?"
Yeah,
Like,
like how did you
like literally mid match, just yo, we're all staring at the screen, just like, okay, what is he doing? Okay,
like
look at that little micro dash right there. Oh, okay, 5-step left, and then come in with a mid. Yeah, like bro, it was so serious. I had never. I mean,
yeah.
He broke it down to details,
as
bro.
Trey said, we went to tournaments, and like tournaments are no joke. Either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was like I
It's
had
brutal.
never prepped for a tournament as hard as I prepped to fight my boy. It
Yeah.
was that serious.
Yeah, I've never
Damn.
I've
And
never
because of that,
gotten
we all improved like yo, every day. All right, yo, Trey, you coming over? We're gonna play online. I bet. We ain't play nothing but
Tekken. Bro, remember Unique? Remember how I used to play Tekken? Remember how I used to show you? Remember I used to
Yeah,
play
we
remember I used to play like this? I used to
yeah,
play like
and now
this. And now I play like this.
yeah, now you turn to the light side of the force, my man.
So-
Because before you was wild.
Bro, but I was walling with playing like that, and I was actually good at playing like that.
Yeah,
like-
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
yeah.
did get me into the Tekken part, and I was listening earlier while I was taking that little intermission. When y'all was saying for the adapting and so on and so forth, trying to get in there, trying to get in the lab, trying to improve, and definitely going through that hard ritual of like, trial and error, especially what Gary said. When he said, if I know you're gonna use a launcher, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not gonna let you use the launcher. And I looked at it and I was like, that makes mad sense. Because I was playing Trey.
You got it on PS4? Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I was putting in an effort into Tekken, but then I stopped. And I probably realized that I stopped because I was, going through the formula of trying to do launches, going into combos, but I wasn't actually using the whole game the way it was supposed to, like you guys do. So that's probably, I realize now that was probably my error in trying to get into Tekken and going about it in the improper way that a lot of people do sometimes, because there's a lot of people that, wash out of being good Tekken players. Y'all guys didn't, but I definitely did. And I it makes me want to get back into the lab because I actually do
I
want to
agree with
continue
you.
trying with Tekken now that I, hear that from you guys.
The game does have a very high skill gap. Plus, it's like the 3D aspect of it makes it feel like a real fight. Like in a real fight, you would take notes of your surroundings. Like let's say we're fighting, and to the left of me there's a little drop. I have to be wary of that drop, lest I take a step and now I trip over. And now I'm at a disadvantage because I done fell over because I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. And we were playing like that. You feel me? And that's why Trey was coming up over it because he was like, "Yo, we have combos, but we also have movement options." But the way Kevin just said, "Yo, y'all movement options aren't enough." It was like, and mind you, he played Paul and he just death fist, like because death fist takes 90% of your health on counter hit. It was a serious ass move. But then it was like, yo, with my logic, I'm gonna just outpace him. I'm gonna just move around him, sidestep. But he was hard countering me by just picking the right hole in my armor, in my movement mobility, and just death fist. You feel me? And it was like
because the death fist was a mid, and it was always a mid. So you couldn't.
And it was a mid.
So you couldn't duck it. You couldn't duck it. You couldn't do nothing along that line.
Right.
So what you had to do was you had to figure out when to sidestep and when not to move, which was I was getting behind him a lot of the time, which is because you have to move swiftly. Like I'm moving swiftly while he's throwing some of these moves, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm already behind him. I can grab him. I do a lot of side grabs. I do a lot of back grabs because if I get behind you, those do a lot of hard damage as well. So it's a lot of that too also, and it's also setting up with jabs. Like I'll jab and then sidestep because I'm already moving. So it's like it's like I'm never staying in front of your face. Majority of the time, I can stay in front of your face. I can,
right?
But I don't want to. It's just like a real even boxing. That's how I take it. I take it more like boxing. You ever watch Floyd fight? Floyd does a lot of jab, run, jab, run, jab, run.
A lot of stick and moves.
So why would I fight? Why would I fight you like I'm standing in front of you? Like we're just gonna throw haymakers at each other? No, we're not doing that. That's stupid. I'm gonna sit here, jab, run. All right. Now let me see what he wants to do. Oh, he wants to do something that's unsafe or sidesteppable. Okay, cool. I'm sidestepping already, and then jab again, and then I'm just keep on going. And it's
You gotta chip away at the health.
yes, because I'm
So
not
yeah.
all I'm doing
Yeah,
is
soon as there's the opening, you go for either a combo or something that you can chain into once you get a sweep. Because I played against Lily, and Lily is no joke. You make a mistake, you know, you will either get tripped up or you will get hit into a launcher, and then it's a sad day from there.
yeah.
You know, definitely with what was his name? Jake? Is that who you play Crownless? I forgot his name. I forgot
No,
Bob. Bob too. Bob was a little bit more aerobatic, and I like that about Bob. But yeah, you know, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna hold my reservations before I start challenging these two guys when it comes to Tekken. I'm just gonna get in the lab and see how that
we don't
works
even play
before.
the game like that. I don't play the game.
Oh,
Word,
of course. But I feel like it's something that I should
muscle.
get into.
It's a lot of
with a
muscle
new thing.
memory. It's a lot of for
Yeah.
me, it's a lot of muscle memory.
A lot of
It's like
muscle memory.
it's like
It was like that game. Him beating us those 2 days
Mm-hmm.
made us grind so much that exactly everything became muscle memory. It's
yeah.
like we'll stop playing the game for some time and then come back and we still have the knowledge of our character.
Mhm.
Granted, it won't be as refined as how we could do it, but it still be good enough that we know how to work around, we know how to move, and we still know the matchup of whoever we're going against.
Because Prime me and Crownless.
Yeah, Prime Us.
Oh my god,
it was
Prime
even-
me was crazy.
Everybody was shaking. We all. It was so fun. So fun.
I wish we can go back to Prime. I wish I can go back to that because there was instances of games where I would play people and people would come up to me and they were like, "But yeah, you know, I play fighting games," and I'm like, "Word?" I'm like, "Yeah, I play Tekken and stuff like that." But yeah, I got Tekken. Yo, bro, I could beat your ass. Me.
No, you can't. no, you can't. Stop playing.
And I always tell people, especially when I hear that part, hey, listen, don't walk yourself into a trap that you're not gonna like, bro, because it's not gonna work. It might not work the way you think it's gonna work. You're gonna think like, hey, you know what? I'm moving and I'm going crazy and I'm being as nice as I can.
Mm.
It's just playing it like that. I can't play it like that anymore. I can't get to being I can't play it at 100% anymore. Like my theory when I used to play Tekken, I used to play at 25, 35, and 50. When I was in prime mode, I was playing at 50. Playing up. I got to play up every day. Now I just play at a cool 25. Because it's easy to play it. Because I already know what I'm going to get from all the other guys I'm playing. I already know what I'm going to get. I know them so much. Like, it's like, yo, I could beat you at 25. I don't even need to press like that anymore. I don't. I play at a strong 20. I play at 25 maximum. And it's a maximum 25. I'm just cooling. And you're getting angry because you can't beat me. Or you're saying, yo, the character is dumb, easy to play. Excuse me. It takes more. I have to do more. You don't have I put in the time in with this character. You haven't did a damn thing to get this thing.
Right. And yeah, that leads to my thing. It's like with Tekken, you have to have like not an understanding of fighting games, but at least a solid foundation of how the neutral works. Because it's like, yes, you know, you go on YouTube, you'll see Tekken combo videos, or like you'll see a random Akuma in the air doing 100% combos, and it's like that looks cool. But like you in actual match, like there's just a lot more going in. You know, especially if you're playing someone that's already seasoned and that has seen these things. You know, or like yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just stick on Tekken. It's like, okay, you can have that 100% dev combo. But if I already know how you even like set up for that, I'm just gonna not let you do it.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm gonna pressure you so much that you're playing on my pace. You know, and my pace is, you know, my pace. I'm gonna dictate how we're gonna do this match. You know, or Trey's gonna dictate how he does his match. And you're the one that's always on the defense, since you have to figure out both my style, my pace, while dealing with my pressure all simultaneously. You know, and if you don't have that solid foundation, I'm gonna just keep poking holes in you until you crumble. You know, And it's like that's why I say it's so mental, because it's like, yo, people that we play sometimes, they just want to get in, do the most damage, and win the fight. And it's like, I get it. You know, I want to do a lot of damage too. I want to do the flashy combos or whatnot, but I'm putting respect on the player to know how my Bob plays, to know that I'm gonna do a lot of wave dashes and a lot of movement options. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna feel you out. I'm gonna understand what you're about, and then depending on how you are, the second to third round, that's when I'm gonna move in. That's when I'm gonna apply my pressure and my pace. You know, but again, if you don't have that foundation, you're gonna fall for a lot of things. Or like I play with a guy that does I'll play with a guy that doesn't block low, and it's like you can beat him just by hitting lows, but he doesn't understand that he's getting beaten because he doesn't want to block low. You know, and it's like, it's not my fault I'm exploiting, you know, a chink in your armor. You know, it's on you to cover that hole, you know, so you can become a better overall.
Yeah, because,
you know,
because it's tough. It's tough. It's really, really tough to be good at the game, because you have to put 100% out effort. It's 100%.
Yeah.
It's 100%, bro. Especially with some of the more legacy characters. Like let's say somebody gets on and they want to play Steve. Horang would be a better example. Yeah, it's like, yo, he has damn near 200 moves. You feel me? And you got to know, not only do you have to know the moves, you have to know when to throw them out.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't, I'm just gonna see some guy, you know, just throwing fancy kicks everywhere. Yeah. And it's like, okay, we sidestep, and now I'm damn well about to perfect you, because all you're doing is trying to hit me, and all I'm doing is moving.
Yeah.
You know, like it's crazy.
It's always it's a thing too where like you have to be able to do a lot more. You have to do not everything. Like I had one of my boys tell me, what is basically from a 1 to 10, what do you think the move list, how well you need to know the move list, like out of 1 to 10? I told him a strong 8, because you have to know your character, because everything in this move list is all neutral moves. Everything is a neutral move. So I'm saying to him is like, okay, like with Lily for example, I know every neutral move she has, and I'm not gonna throw it. She has 79, let's say 79, right? I think it's 79. She has 79 moves. And I have to know how to do all 79 moves differently, because I have to fluctuate. I'm not going to throw all 79 moves at you all at one time. No, I can pick from the 79. I can pick from the 79, and I'm always going to do that. So it could be I could beat you in 10 moves straight, but they always fluctuate for 10. You will see a move once or twice, and you'll be like, "Oh, I seen that move before. He did this earlier." No, but then now I don't do it anymore. Or I would do something in one round, and I would do it, and then you would never see it again, and you won't see it to the third round. Or it's a number of things that you can do around it. It's a lot of mind games.
A lot of mind games. You know, like it's exactly what Trey said. It is tough to not get tripped up. Because it's like fact, you know, as we're saying, you know, we're not beasts at the game. You know, we just have the experience and knowledge to be like, okay, I'm playing somebody on equal, if not better skill level. Let me play up. You know, let me get on the neutral game. Let me play the mental game. Let me see what he's about. You know, or like in my case with Bob, it's like out of his wave dash, he has 4 options. And let's say I do option B and C for a majority of the fight, right? Let's say we're running a long set too. So that's like a prime example. It's like if we're playing a long set and I'm doing like this assortment of moves for like the first half of the set, you're conditioned now and you're expecting that first set of moves. So now when I do option A and D instead of B and C, it's going to trip you up because you're expecting B and C, you know, or I can still do B and C, but I set it up in a different way to catch you off guard. Like for a good example, it'd be like, all right, I'll go in for the wave dash, but instead of just going in for the punch, I'll delay it, you know, and then I'll watch you take a step back because, you know, if I went for the punch, you would just block. But now that I see that you're stepping back, I know that you're you know, preemptively blocking me, giving me a quick second to think, okay, I could trip you up with now option D, where you think I did option B. You know, you think I'm going in for the front punch, and now I just sweep you off your feet.
It's definitely one of those things that you have to like
Word, you gotta learn. You gotta learn. I do agree, and yeah, it is a little daunting for new players. I had a couple guys quit when they were playing. It was like, yeah, I don't really want to put the lab time in, and it's like,
You kind of have to.
yeah, you kind of got to, or like, just don't expect to really beat anybody past a certain rank if you're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
And it's
and don't get mad at yourself because you're
yeah,
losing.
definitely don't get mad at yourself too. It's like that. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, yo, if I outplayed you, I outplayed you. It's cool. You feel me? Like, let's say me and Trey running the set. Trey beats me 3-0. Okay, in the moment, it's like, ooh, hot damn, this nigga Trey beat my ass. But then it's like, okay, you know what? Let me just take the round. You feel me? Let me watch the next fight, recollect my thoughts, and then try to approach him differently so that we can try to adjust the scales and even the playing field so that I'm not necessarily playing on his level, but I'm able to like retaliate better to what he's doing.
Right.
Or option 2 would be, all right, you know what? I'm hard pressed about this. I'm dumb tight. You know what? Next time I get in there, I'm gonna just go in and beat his ass. I'm not gonna think about it. Just gonna go in swinging. Mind you, Trey is the experienced player, so he's gonna know when somebody's just trying to like go in and hit you with whatever, and he'll just sidestep out the way, calmly, casually, move behind you and open you up from there. And then if I'm hard pressed about it already, I'm just gonna put myself more into the hole, getting more tight that he's still opening me up, even though I'm tight about it. And that's also why I say it's mental, because you gotta keep a level head.
You don't want to play Tekken bad because
hell
then you're just gonna be pressing, because then you're like, oh, you know what, I'm pressing wrong buttons, and it's a little crazy.
It does get crazy. In fact, like we were just saying, there's a lot of move lists, there's a lot of options, there's a lot of things you can do from this stance or this variation or this angle. And it's like when you're mad, you're clouding your whole judgment to just, all right, I'm gonna do the first thing that I think of. And then when it doesn't work, it's like, I'm gonna just do it again.
and it's bro, I've been playing.
Yo,
bro. I played it so much that it's kind of annoying, and I drop it so many times because I can't get back to being like that. I can't play it like 100%. I can't be like, yo, bro.
I definitely feel you there. That was me with Dragon Ball too. It was like my experience with Dragon Ball. It was like, exactly, we were playing games like Tekken, King of Fighters, Dead or Alive. All these high intensity games where you got to like critically think on top of like having your execution up. So like Dragon Ball, I'm not saying that they dumbed it down, but they definitely lessened the difficulty curve. They were like, okay, you get in, there's a lot of universal options, there's a lot of things shared between the characters.
Right.
So once you figure out the formula for like 5-6 characters, you know the whole roster.
Yeah. Because there's no change. Every character
exactly. Exactly. They did alleviate that with the DLC characters. That's why I like playing Master Roshi so much, because he was so different from the rest of the roster, and they gave him so many options. But it was like, yeah, like just like Trey said, I used to push rank. Back when we started, like Living Legend was the highest rank, and then I made it, and then they put in like more ranks, and now there's Angel rank. And I was like, yo, I do want to push this, but like literally like 80% of everybody else that's playing are just going in with option 1 all the time. Like the running joke in Dragon Ball is that square is your only button on the controller.
Yeah. And
it is. Like square will give you your jab. It's the fastest move. It's always the light attack. You either open somebody up, you check them, and it got to the point where every match is just a square off, pun intended.
Nobody changes.
Nobody changes. Nobody uses a different button. There's no opening up from this way. Granted, if I push to those higher ranks where like some of the pros were, some of the mock pros, tournament people, then yeah, you would find something wildly different from the majority. But it was like this isn't really as engaging. Like you need to be engaged.
Yeah,
really,
100%. You have to be like, because I played it at a normal level, never really pushed, really high. I played it for season 1, and it's like cool, and then like everybody in like season 1 played the same team. Nobody changed.
Yeah. Everybody
played the same.
Everybody had Android 16.
Uh,
Everybody knew how to play Kid Buu, bro. Oh man, everybody knew how to play Bardock. I'm not gonna forget that.
Yo, but no one knew how to play Zamatsu though. What's the word?
You forgetting the best assist in the game in season 1.
Best assist. Vegeta Key Blast.
Vegeta's assist was actually fire. I'm not gonna hold you.
If you didn't have Vegeta Key Blast on your team, you were losing. Season 1, like until everybody started to really figure out their teams and like the more intricate stuff, it was Vegeta. It was disgusting how much people played Vegeta. But yeah, it's like that, you know. Whereas I would go play Tekken, and it's like you can have 1,000 Kazuyas, you know, all across the ranked ocean. But everybody plays him just so much differently, you know, and they tweak this about the character. So that when you're running into like 2-3 Kazuyas, you be like, yo, this one plays really offensive. This one's really defensive, you know, or this one threw out moves that this one didn't even consider, you know. Right. So like it's always something new being thrown that I have to adapt to, and that that keeps me engaged. You know, or like if I play another Bob, you know, like I have my style of playing Bob, and then somebody will have their style that's polar opposite to me, and it's like this is quite the clash, you know, because like I wouldn't even consider what you're doing, and vice versa. Yeah, you know,
I ran into somebody who played Lei Wulong, and that was the worst experience. That was the worst experience I ever had in my life. Worst experience.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because Lei Wulong is a nightmare character.
Is he like super technical? Is that like you got to be able to figure out?
Think of
fighting Lei Wulong is like getting a dictionary thrown at your head and being told to memorize it.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about it like this. Unique. Remember?
Right like that.
Remember the homie that you played in Dead or Alive 5?
Brad Wong.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he has a drunken.
Oh. All right. Okay. I like him.
I like him. But with more moves.
Okay.
With him with more moves,
I like it. I might actually get into Tekken to play him because you gotta love the characters that can kind of move flawlessly into things. To play him.
It's too much. It's too much to remember. It's too much. He's a nightmare character. It's a nightmare character.
Way too much. Like I was watching a tournament. Pretty much at the end of the tournament, they had the winner do a Kumite style tournament now, where he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna play all of you again until I lose." And he was playing Lei. And the whole tournament, they were like, yo, look how he's playing Lei. Look how nobody can react to his moves. He has like 1,000 different moves and like 8 different stances that he can go in and out of. And then, you know, he's doing his drunken fist, and now he's on the floor. And it's like, bro, what am I reacting to?
Yeah.
What do I have to do?
What do I do? Right?
What am I looking for? What am I looking for?
Yo.
What are we getting to? He has over 200 moves.
He has over 200 moves. I'm about to learn 200 moves.
Definitely do it. I played Lei in Tekken 6, and I was gonna play him in 7, but then it was like, yeah, this is a lot.
Right.
This is a lot right now. But had I not played some of the characters that I played by that time, I definitely would have picked them up. I would have said, yo, last time, it's me and you. Like, let's do this. You know, because back when I saw that tournament, it was like, yo, yeah.
This thing is nice.
The way this guy plays Lei, like, it makes me want to play Lei right now. This is amazing. You know? Yeah. But yeah, the trade-off would be you have to study just as much as they do. And then that goes into our topic earlier. Like, if you don't know that Lei matchup, he's eating you alive, bro.
Yeah.
It's serious.
That's one matchup I don't know, but I would love to like play against him so much to understand him more.
Fact.
So it's like, with him, he's like 100% scary, because you can play him
differently and then use like a maximum amount of moves at the same time.
I think he's in that same boat with Yoshimitsu, where you can play him seriously and you can play him kind of like joking, weaving, just a lot of joking, like a lot of like weaving, a lot of that,
a lot of weaving. A lot of weaving. Like I got you, Unique. Like I said he has 8 stances, but it's more like 6. He has his normal stance, you know, where it's just his fists are up.
Right, the ground stance.
He has 5 different animal-based martial arts stances. And
That's
then he
fire.
right, and then he has his drunken fist stabs on top of that. Mind you, all of these stances have like 30 moves apiece. So I can see you go from like bear stance to the crane to the mantis. And now that's like 90 moves that I have to pick, like, okay, which one is he gonna do? Mind you, and that's just his offensive moves. That's not even counting his mobility options, his evasive maneuvers. The fact that he could just literally drop to the ground and get back up, like, yo,
And he
it's
has low
serious.
kick, and he has the low kicks on
And
the
he has
ground.
so many fucking low kicks. It's right.
And
He
it's
can low kick you while laying on the floor. Like, granted, all characters can do that, but he can do it like 7 different ways. You know, and then like 10 different medium mids on top of that.
and
So now I have to
he
guess
has a back, and he
between
has a pretty cool back stance in those things too.
right, and he has the back
Okay,
stance.
all right.
Like, bro, it's
All right, nah, this is sounding good. Nah, this is sound good. I'm gonna have to put some money into this.
He's like he's
Woo!
there
time is what
He's-
you're gonna have to
he-
put in.
he's-
Oh no,
So-
time is not a problem. I'm gonna put in time.
He's
If
like-
it sounds good, it's gonna be good.
He was one of the characters people asked for. He was a legacy character everybody asked for, and nobody played him.
Right. I was
Nobody
ready to
played.
commit. OD. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I made the costumes. I was with it. But then I would say like week 1, I was like, yo,
Too much.
yeah, too much, bro. The study session is so serious right now. Like,
Because
but
that's,
granted, I can still play him and fight and have fun and like exactly like Trey said, I was developing like a goofy style to play with him. But even then, it was like, yo, to really dive in with this character, you gotta commit.
yeah. Because
Serious.
you want to know what? You learn him. You learn Tekken. He's one of those characters. He's one of those. He's the Jin.
Yeah, definitely.
Jin, Heihachi, and like Kazuya to me, and like Brian all can teach you how to play. Can teach you how to play Tekken. Truthfully, while the newer cast characters, you know, such as the Larses, the Lilies, the Alyssas. You can even throw Bob in there because Bob can only teach you. Bob isn't really a Tekken character to me. Like, he's new, kind of new.
Y'all hear this guy? Y'all hear this hater? No, go ahead.
No. Not even that.
My man's hating on the Bob.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I will stop the cap. I'm gonna agree with you because I picked up Bob back in Tekken 6, but I did play Steve to really learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
You know, and then I went back to Bob.
Even
I do agree.
even Steve himself can teach you how to play Tekken, like the Bryans and everybody.
So let me ask you a question. And what about Dragunov? Because you know
that's not really Tekken.
That's not really
say,
Tekken.
Yeah, like Dragunov plays very aggressively. He will teach you how to be on your offense.
Yeah.
Like he has a lot of moves. He has a lot of like moves that'll feint. You know, he'll go into the low high. He has good mix-up options. But like with Tekken, like I said, you need a foundation. Like you need a character with a variety of moves, like in the low, the mids, and the highs.
Right.
And you need someone that won't cheat. Like an example of someone that I would say you don't want to learn Tekken with would be Noctis. It's like with Noctis, you can win. You feel me? Like you can play from the range. You know, you have 1,000 different sword moves, but he won't teach you how to fight close up. He won't, like, a lot of his moves are unsafe. You know, I mean, he will teach you how to deal with unsafe moves. But like, yeah, a lot of his moves are unsafe. He's really
it's not really Tekken. It's not really Tekken.
Right, yeah, it's not really grounded like Word. He's not really focused on the neutral game, pretty much. Like you gotta really know how to play the neutral game to play Tekken.
So
like,
we can consider Noctis the equivalent of, let's say, like freaking Darth Vader in Soul Calibur. Basically. Except if you know, so you know, Darth Vader in Soul Calibur was just not really that good. All right, okay, so I see what it is, you know. All right.
Yeah.
Then do you think do you think that Tekken has something?
He said Noctis is playing Final Fantasy Tekken.
Final Fantasy.
That's fact. That's fact. Because when Noctis dropped,
I've seen Noctis in the games.
I was feeling him. I was like, yo, Noctis, dumb funny. This character is lit.
That's
but then I see somebody else pick him up while trying to learn Tekken, and he just was not having a good time.
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
Yeah,
and I was you know, you kind of already have to have an understanding to use them. But then when you do, you realize that you're not really playing Tekken. You're just playing Noctis.
Yeah, you're just playing Final Fantasy Tekken.
So do you think that like Tekken has something that's unique to itself, compared to like other fighting games? Because you got
games?
Soul Calibur, you got like Dead or Alive. Obviously, each of them have like their differences. That's what makes them different. But do you think that Tekken rises above?
The only thing I think Tekken has over games like Dead or Alive and like Soul Calibur, it's I think I'm gonna say being able to control every limb, character variety is pretty great. Nobody really fights the same. Nobody really has like the same. Everybody may have the same looking moves sometimes. Some of them do. Right. Like Lily and Brian got the same little sweep. Everybody kind of has like similar moves, but it's not. It's more variety, and everybody's moves aren't like just like like somebody's down forward, maybe different, like down square.
I got
maybe
you, bro.
different.
I'll give you a perfect example. Let's take the Mishimas. The Mishimas and Bob. All of them have a hell sweep, right? You know, you wave dash and hit circle. Hit forward. But all of their hell sweeps work differently. For example, Bob won't trip you. You know, he has to do another move on top of that to get the hell sweep. And if you're playing Kazuya and catch him with the hell sweep, you'll be swept off your foot. You know, so like it's the same move, but they have different properties.
Yeah.
Or like they'll work slightly different.
All right. The thing about Dead or Alive though, every character, once you learn one character, I feel like you could kind of play the game you can triangle, dump fast.
Circle. Of course, there's only one button for pretty much one upper half of your body.
The only thing I can say that Dead or Alive has over Tekken is the counter. That counter, that hold. That
counter holds and whatnot in DOA. Oh,
that's too difficult.
It was fire. I wouldn't say it's difficult. I think for like a base up, I'm gonna be honest, because I actually really do like the game. Well, the fifth one, not the sixth one, but the countering system is like on a base level. I thought about it. It's like on a base level, it's like rock paper scissors. Like you can assume rock paper scissors. Either you're gonna get it right or you're gonna get it wrong.
It's super rock paper scissors.
And then
it's super rock paper scissors. But I think personally, like it's easier to kind of figure it out once you figure out like the person you're playing against, what they're doing, like what you said, you know, analyzing the character, seeing what your go-tos and your not go-tos, and when you start countering, you start to like constrict them into like a bubble or square where they'll be, and it's super fast.
It's too fast to react to certain things.
Of course. Against this girl in DOA, she was an S+ rank, highest rank in the game. Getting fucking bodied. You feel me? Anytime I tried an offense, counter hold.
Yep.
Nah, and it was disgusting. Really disgusting.
You gotta be ready.
You gotta be that. In Soul Calibur. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I bet word, because like I like to compare and contrast fighting games. So for Tekken, I'm gonna just use other 3D fighters. We're gonna throw Virtua Fighter, Soul Calibur, and DOA.
Facts. I like Virtua Fighter.
Comparing Tekken, it's similar to all of them. You feel me? At its core, 3D fighting games, you gotta know your neutral. You gotta not even just know it, you gotta be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta know how to sidestep, you know, move around, feel like spacing and whatnot. Even in Soul Calibur, it's like, yeah, we're fighting with swords and staffs and bows and arrows. But like, if you don't know, like, let's say for example, me and my cousin play Keeler. You know, Keeler is the one with the long staff.
Yeah.
If you don't know the range on some of those moves, I'm gonna just go out of range and
come back in.
Poke, right, but you don't know which range is good or not. You know, so I'll poke you. You know, or let me say I'll switch up to a Maxi. You know, he's super aggressive. He's always in your face and whatnot. So like, you're trying to space me out, but you know you can't because I'm always on you. You know, Tekken shares a similarity with that. It's like you have to know your spacing on the characters. You know, it's like somebody with really long limbs, like let's say Fakuram, you know, he can catch you from a good distance. You got to be aware of that. You know, with other games, yeah, it's pretty much like that. The neutral is the same. With Tekken, I would say the main difference is the depth. You know, it's like compared to DOA, you have your punch, you have your kick, you have your hold, you have your block. As Trey said, you have, as Trey said, in Tekken, you control every limb, and then you have your parries.
Yeah.
And then you have your block, and then you have character-specific parries and blocks. You have that in DOA too, but they still fall under the same button press of X or square, depending on which one you do. and it's like,
It's a little
serious.
stupid though. It's a little stupid because I wish Dead or Alive didn't have the super high tech of counter, because you should have, because it shouldn't be just a button press. Like I shouldn't just automatically just like dumb fast. No, it shouldn't be that fast.
Right.
It should be a character
some
specifically. It should be like certain characters can counter certain things. Like okay, like Lily for example, she can counter, let's say right punches. Let's say right punches. Like if somebody throws a right punch, I can just parry it, send him down to the floor. Cool, perfectly fine. And then you have your universal low parry. That's it. That's it. That's all you have on defense. It shouldn't be, oh, this is for high punches. This is for mid punches. This is for this high punch. This is for this low punch.
I think that adds a little bit of like more. I think Dead or Alive is like not depth. I can't say depth or not depth, but I would like to lean towards it. But I think it's really more or less like a wushu type of movie-esque karate game. In all honesty, because you're thinking like, if I'm gonna hit you, you can counter the moves, you can counter this, you can counter this. Like if you're a martial artist or anybody that actually knows how to fight, you should at least to some degree either know how to return a hit, take it back, throw it at the person, so on and so forth. Tekken has that, but Tekken has kind of like, if you try and sweep me, I'll sweep you. It's not like you'll punch me and I'll grab it and turn it on you. It's I'll block and then I'll jab you, or I'll move and I'll jab you. So that's why I kind of looked at Dead or Alive. It's like, you're taking like what was it with Jet Li, the one? It's like that final scene where my man was just countering bang, ding, 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 and like, a lot of karate moves. I think Dead or Alive just mimics that type of stuff. Maybe not to the best, but definitely like that.
I had some games of Dead or Alive under my belt. I started playing DOA at 3. Dead or Alive 3, and then I played 4 and then 5. I didn't get 6, but 5 in last round, great.
Beautiful.
With their earlier games, especially 3 and 4, there were some environmental hazards that they had on the map.
Yeah.
And that goes into my earlier example. It's like, if I'm not aware that tree is right there and I back up into it, I just unknowingly put myself against a wall, know? And now you're on the offense, but you knew that tree was there. Mind you were probably pushing me into that corner from the start of the fight. But I'm only worrying about, my opponent and now looking around the space. It'll be like that. Or like, let's say Virtua Fighter. I love Virtua Fighter. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's great. Like, I feel like it's a perfectly core fighting game. It could definitely use a full more game mode, more customization and whatnot. That would be my comparison for it in Tekken. It's like, it feels like a 4-man Tekken.
Virtua Fighter is.
It's like it has everything that's there and present in Tekken.
What did you say, Unique?
I was gonna search up Virtual Fighters, but I had to remember what it exactly was, because I assumed that Virtual Fighters and Dead or Alive have like
it's
super similar.
It's some of the characters from Dead or some of the characters.
Yeah, some DOA characters
are in Virtual Fighter. They were originally
like
Sarah.
Yeah, but like, what's the difference? Because I played Virtual Fighter. I think relatively newest one, but there's counters too.
Virtual Fighter is
Virtual Fighter and Soul Cal slower than DOA and Tekken. And I would say DOA is the fastest of the 4. Yeah. With Soul Calibur probably being the slowest. Yeah. But even though it's slow, that makes the neutral game that much more vital. You feel me? And I feel like if you learn the neutral game in one of them, you'll have a good knowledge of all of them. You might not necessarily know how to switch between the characters of each game, but you have that foundation to build upon. You know what I mean? And then, you just adjust to the speed, where we went to playing Tekken to DOA and it was like, this is so much more faster. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You get into it.
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of doom, and you're not really, you want to give me a game that's hyper aggressive? Oh, I'm going to be in your face the whole game.
Facts. Fucking shit.
It's one of those like where offense is very, very good and defense is in the balance also, with because the defense is not so bad either, because now the defense is on the same caliber. Like they said, all right, basically defense and offense is gonna stay here. Like they're never gonna, like, defense is never gonna go down here. Defense is always in the same line as offense. It's always gonna be there. Like I watched a video on Dead or Alive where he was like, people call Dead or Alive a titty game. He was like, yo, listen, it's not really. You want me to be honest? He was like, truthfully, I understand. Yeah, it is. but also it's very, very good in the neutral because he was doing a lot of neutral, like staying neutral and a
Movements and
lot of
stuff like
moving,
that.
and he was dead. And it was like, you're definitely right. It's definitely a neutral
Oh yeah.
game, but it's so fast.
Fact.
But it's so fast that it's like you have to pick and choose. Certain characters have very, very heavy neutral moves. Like certain characters
Mm.
really are good in the neutral. Some of them are really flashy in the neutral. Some of them are really just like heavy grounded. Like let's take like Rig. Let's take Rig for example.
Take Rig, it's a good example.
My boy Rick, yes sir.
Let's take Rig and Jackie. Let's say Rig and Jackie against each other, where one is very, very hyper and very, very flashy.
And the other one's like a lot more practical with his kicks, but also still flashy. Like
Still flashy at the same time. He
right.
said some,
It's quick as hell too.
he said Dead or Alive is Tekken Ball Z.
Tekken Ball Z. That's crazy. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
hell yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's
it's
funny.
Hell yeah.
It's super fast and it's like
Super fast, super offensive pace.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Super
You
flashy.
need to be on the point. You can get swept up in that game too, because if you think that countering is all about just trying to figure out which one it is, and you start throwing out counters, like you get swept up easy. Like I started playing against like a little bit of seasoned characters, they were sweeping me up like crazy.
Once you make that wrong guess, they can just keep the combo going.
Yeah, exactly.
Once that one guess is once you already said paper and I choose scissors, it's clipped.
It's clipped. It's over. Especially if you get the grapplers in the game, like that's like 4 kings in that game, like that can really make sure that you don't let people grab you.
You got Tina, Lisa, and Bass that are really,
right.
really great in grappling. And I like. And if you wanna get, I take Tina as the better one of them all because Tina is like hyper. It's like hyper Bass. Like she's like more faster and just throwing, and she gets a combo after she got combo grabs, and she can combo you in the air after the grabs. Keep on throwing,
keep it going.
Yo. That's a fact. But where the differences, like at its core, I would say are minor. Yeah. But to do a tangent. Yeah, that's kind of where DOA failed. It was like they kind of were focusing too much on the titties, and it was like it sucked for me because I really just enjoyed the gameplay. It was like fact. As Trey said, the offense and defense are here, but every time I hear about DOA outside of my bubble, outside of the players that play it for the fighting, it's like look at these 50 skimpy outfits that they just dropped. You know, and that's why nobody played DOA 6. It was like, how are you telling me there are 50 different packs for only the female characters? And they're just costumes.
And we're gonna put it at a crazy price.
It's
of
$80. A crazy price of
$120 for costumes.
That killed me, bro. I looked at it and I was like, what? And like, oh my god, bro.
I'm only getting 4. I'm only getting 4 costumes for the guys.
I'm only getting 4.
Facts, because facts, exactly as Trey said, the game was very deep. Like it had a lot going for it. It was great.
OD.
And then they just tanked, and it was like, but you know what? Tekken, Virtua Fighter, and Soul Calibur here. I mean, Soul Calibur to a lesser extent because they still haven't fixed the online. And honestly, if a fighting game these days, if it's online is bad, it's dead.
It's dead. It dies in the water.
You can have the greatest, most in-depth, engaging, fun to play game. But if that online is going, you're not gonna have an audience. Everybody's just gonna play something else.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things where now everybody is playing a game online. It isn't like before where we used to go to arcades, where we used to sit there and be like, yo, bro, I just picked up Tekken. Guess what? Come over, come play it. Truthfully, it's not like that anymore. It's more, yo, you got the game? Yo, let's play online. It's more convenient.
Right.
It's more convenient. It's more easier. It takes away from the experience. Like if I'm sitting next to you, I feel more better playing the game than playing it online. I actually like that feeling. I like the feeling of sitting there and actually playing the game with someone, rather than playing online and we virtually just talking to each other. Because I feel like I get to see the game from perspective I can actually see these things in front of you and be like, hey, listen, don't do these things. No lag, no lag and no input delay. OD.
That's a fact. Yeah,
Oh
no
my
input
God, bro.
delay. Like it's a whole different experience.
It's a whole new lane.
Right. And that's why we were really enjoying going to some offline tournaments. It was like a year or two back, you know, we used to go to a couple downtown, and it was like, yeah, just the whole atmosphere, just being next to your opponent, you know,
Mhm.
playing, like getting that live experience with no input delay. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, I'm bringing out the best right now. You know, and it's like, yeah, the online is fun, but exactly, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just me in here looking at the screen, and I'm talking to you through the mic. You know, like I don't get that same experience. Or like, let's look at prime examples like pro players when they show highlights to show the player's personality. Like let's use I forget his name in a second, but he was a guy that used to talk a lot of shit to his opponents, and it used to be so funny to see because it's like, yeah, you see them getting tilted, but they can't
I
do
know
nothing.
you're talking about the black dude. He always used to.
Yeah, he's a ball one. Yo, bro, that was my guy.
He used I think he used like
guy.
law. I think he was a law player. I think
He was law. He played a little bit of Joshi. Like, bro, I can't remember his name, no, but yo,
Pork
that
chops.
was my guy.
Pork chops.
Pork chop, yes.
That's
Like watching pork chop highlights. It's like, yo, he has such a bombastic personality, and it comes out on full display when he's offline. You know, like anybody he runs into, he's like, yeah, let's get it. I'm like,
Let's get it.
Okay, get on your ass. Like,
because I like that experience too. I like that experience too because it makes you go like it makes you smile like you're like
yeah, like it's dumb highlight and you like, oh,
word.
And then as soon as he loses, like soon as he loses,
it's over.
And then you get hyped and you're like, yeah,
right. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, you feel me? Like I can do that online, but it's funny.
It's even funnier when you're doing it in person. It's a whole new level. It's over.
We used to do locals for Tekken. We used to get it. There
was only animated, bro.
There was only like one guy in the room that got real animated, and it made us get animated also. So it was like okay,
facts. Perfect example when I was playing Kevin, I was playing my boy Eli. He was smoking me, but then when he said something, everybody just revved up. We were like, oh, word, don't say that. Wait till I get the sticks. I got you, my boy. I got you. I'm about to get hands, bro.
Oh,
and like just that
tournaments make it so much better.
So fun. Yeah. You're like, yo. Granted, we still lost, but it was like, yo, nah, I'm talking my shit regardless.
But me, I'm really, really humble. Like I'm just gonna be like, word, well, cool. I'm lit for losing. Like I like losing. I love losing. I love it because I'm not gonna sit there and be, oh man, you know, Debbie Downer. No, I'm not. Especially in a fighting game, I'm never gonna be like that. If we're playing like a team-based game, now I'm gonna be on your ass because if we lose because of you, now I'm gonna yell at you. So 100% that. But if it's just me, on the field, the only person I can yell at is myself. That's the only person I can yell at. I can't yell at.
Wait, hold on. All right, so let me get this straight. All right. So the humbleness is for personal reasons.
Yeah.
So, but not for team reasons.
No.
And I'll explain it perfectly.
Okay, I understand it, but for the viewers,
when we're playing a team-based game, you know what it is? It's expectations of both yourself and the team. It's like I'm not necessarily getting mad at you. It's like it's just more so you're my teammate. We played this game for a while, and I know that you can do better than what you're performing right now.
Yeah.
You know? And then whereas it's like fact, I do that with myself when we're on a team game or I'm playing a fighting game. But when it's just me on the line, it's like, okay, yeah, I could have did better. Bet. It's like, yeah, you know, I could have did better right there. But you know what? I'm not gonna bark so hard because that's only gonna push negative thoughts on me and then fuck up my performance. Now in a team-based game, it's like fact. That's something we both could work on, me and him, because it's like we have to apply the same energy that we would apply to ourselves to our teammates. It's like, yes, I can be a little bit pissed at you for not performing like you can, but there was a lot of variables. Like my prime example is just like, okay, you know, perfect. Like let's say we're playing Rocket League and somebody comes up with a really nice trick shot and we miss the defender, he got the shot. It's like, okay, you know what? No problem. He just genuinely outplayed us. I can't even be mad at that. You know, I'm not gonna take away from his skill just to feel better about our team. So if we get outplayed, we get outplayed. Whereas
if we make personal mistakes, like, you know, when we play, like I realize like I make a lot of mistakes because I don't utilize a lot of my consistent skill and moves. Like the basics of the basics, I don't utilize it every single time the same way, so that it becomes hardwired memory. Like I do things to some degree if I feel that it's necessary, and that I also feel like it's a brand new thing. And that kind of trips me up when I'm trying to go against people that are doing the same thing over and over, and they know exactly how to do it and apply in different ways. I think it's kind of that, like what you were saying before, you know, it's I know you can play better. And this is where the Rocket League thing is. You know, when we're playing, you know, I make mistakes. It's because, you know, when I make mistakes, it's like you're making mistakes at like the basics of the levels. Why are you making mistakes at the most basic level? Because I might be like higher on the ranks, but that's probably because, you know, the reasons I got there is because the games that I played to get there were because of the fact that I was doing the same thing over and over. Rinse and repeat, basic stuff, you know, not going too crazy into unknown territory every single time. Everything I do is unknown. Right. So, you know, I'm sorry to take that away from you, because that's my own feeling. Because like in retrospect, on top of the information y'all give me when, you know, we're playing it, like, yo, I know y'all could, you know, you're doing the same old shit. This, you know, you keep missing since the beginning of the thing. And it's kind of like, you know, I had to sit down and I had to take that, you know, I'd be like, all right, so this is the criticism that is being thrown at me. I had to go back into the lab and try to figure out. I'm still doing the same thing, but I'm trying to keep it more consistent leveled. But
I do hear that with Rocket League, it's pretty much like when I first saw the game, right? I looked at pros. I was like, yo, this game is dumb fun. I'm playing, I'm having fun. But then when I saw pros, I was like, damn. Yo, they're playing fucking out of this fucking world right now, bro. Yo, I need to play like this. And then when I realized I couldn't, it was like, oh, okay, there's a lot to learn in this game. So pretty much I look at it the same way I would look at it as a fighting game. It's like with League, you need a solid foundation. It's like you got to know, not
you
necessarily
got a fucked up head, my man. I'm sorry, Gary. Yo,
you got the ski on. Don't forget the ski. You about to go commit robbery.
Yo, my man reminds me of the finger men from Spy Kids. Yo, that's crazy. God damn, bro.
Oh, that was
damn.
Listen.
Yo, no, bro.
Listen, this is about getting ready for work.
It's about time.
This is that. We got 3 more minutes. We can do 3 more minutes of another. We can get the same conversation, but also
we just switched it up to League.
I got 3 more minutes. I got like 30 more seconds.
So another person said, he said team synergy is a skill. It definitely is.
It is a skill. Team synergy is a little weird because you can have like a mixed bag of like, you know, M&Ms and fruits and stuff like that. You know, oranges, yellow M&M with yellow M&Ms. Like if you have 3 yellow M&Ms on a team, perfect. Like everything is going well. But if you have like M&Ms, an orange, and apple, like that, it don't make sense. Like that's not gonna work.
Word. I definitely get what he's saying. You know, like with Rocket League and any sports game, pretty much it's like, yo, no matter if it's 3 of us or if it's 5 of us, or hell, even like we're playing FIFA now. A friend of mine wanted to do pro clubs, and it's like if we get into a lobby with 11v11, there's 11 minds on the field that have to be on the same wavelength, or this whole train is just gonna derail. You know, and exactly, even when it's like less people, we still got to be on the wavelength. You're like, all right, yo,
I play 2K and it's 5v. Look, we got 5v5, 5v3s, and 2v2s. Both of our when I mostly play 5v5s. For 5v5s, I am very, very animated because I'm gonna tell you, yo, listen, give me the fucking ball and move out the fucking way because you suck.
That's crazy.
I will literally get animated like that. So, listen, it was a great show today. Great
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Great
Facts,
show
it was
today.
good.
Oh,
Definitely good. I came in a little late, but we still had a good conversation. That's the goal.
Well, Unique left, so for the time of us saying goodbye. But also,
Where I heard the old one, he just vanished into the distance.
so this is what we're gonna do. This will be the end of today, and go listen to that Kendrick Lamar album, chat. Go listen to it.
Facts.
Great
Yeah,
album.
I heard he's busting on that album.
Great album. Great album. Listen, it's a great thing. Great show today from everybody. We had a great episode 8. You will catch us Monday, episode 9.
We're definitely. Hopefully, I'll be here earlier. Get the full convo going. But we still, popped out well. It was great.
Yeah.
So I did y'all thing when I wasn't here. I'm all right.
So, and also, sorry for the error from Unique, because Unique said that he couldn't hear me, but in actuality it was him on his part. And I knew I wasn't bugging because I definitely had my mic and everything perfectly plugged in. He had me thinking I was paranoid. I was about to break everything in my room just now. But